Welcome. In this video, we'll discuss how to manage Liferay sites, site memberships, and permissions. Each site in Liferay has one of three different membership types. For open sites, any user can join the site at any time. For restricted sites, any user can request membership to the site at any time, but a site administrator must approve the user request in order for the user to become a member. For private sites, users cannot even see the site in Liferay's list of sites in order to request membership. In this case, site administrators must manually select and add users in order for them to become members. Site members can be assigned site roles. Site roles can be reused across multiple sites, but they only grant permissions within a specific site. Regular roles, on the other hand, grant permissions globally across all sites. For example, users could be assigned a site role called Message Boards Administrators, which grants them permissions to delete other users' message boards, posts, etc. This site role would grant them these message boards privileges only within the site for which the site role was granted. A regular Message Boards Administrator role would grant global message boards permissions across all sites. Teams are like site roles in that they only grant permissions within the site in which they were created. Unlike site roles, however, they cannot be reused in other sites. Also, teams can be created by site administrators, unlike site roles, which must be created by portal administrators. Thus, teams are the preferred method for site administrators to manage user permissions in Liferay sites. Each site in Liferay can have both a public page set and a private page set. By default, public pages are visible to any users of the website, and private pages are visible only to site members by default. The private pages of a child site can only be accessed by members of the parent site if they are also members of the child site. This control over which users can see and interact with which pages in Liferay is one of the key features of Liferay sites. Organizations in Liferay are hierarchical groups of users that are intended to be used to reflect the structure of real-life organizations. When creating a new organization in Liferay, you can create a new site and attach it to the new organization. This is known as an organization site. It's most common for sites to be created independently of organizations. It is often useful when you have different groups within an organization that should be able to create content that's hidden from members of different groups within the organization. Liferay includes a site navigation menu that makes sites easier to traverse. These site navigation menus can be customized by site administrators. Note that in Liferay, site scoped information appears in a separate place in the control panel than global information. Site administrators can gain more control over their sites by organizing sites hierarchically. Child sites do not inherit the members and roles of their parent sites, and access needs to be defined for each individual site. To take advantage of site hierarchies, you need to create a role based on the site administrator role that has the permission manage subsites. With this permission, site administrators of a parent site will automatically become administrators of the subsites, but just remember that this is not the default behavior. In order to grant a site administrator control over subsites, that control needs to be explicitly granted. Now it's time for a knowledge check. There are three different kinds of site memberships: open, restricted, and private. Sites allow for both public and private page sets. Organizing sites hierarchically gives administrators more precise control over pages, content, app data, and site members.